31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Well, we all know weather is a big thing for farmers. It is very important to their job. So is it going to be any crazy weather this week, or is it going to be pretty normal?
No, it's going to be fairly quiet. Now, we could use some rainfall, that is for sure, but just not a whole lot of that in the forecast. And the warmth is going to continue as well, though there will be some fluctuations in the temperatures by the end of the week. Let's kind of talk about it. That's really our main story. Expect it to be around or above average for this time of year for the near future. 83 is that average high. Of course, heading into October, those average high temperatures continue to gradually go down. And we are going to see at least a brief drop below average by the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, around 80 degrees or so, after tomorrow's 87, which will be the warmest that we are the rest of the week. We're also going to see a little bit of a drop off in the mugginess into the comfortable range here on the muggy meter starting on Wednesday, and that will likely persist through most, if not all, of the weekend. And then we will start to see a little moisture back in here early next week. That could translate to a few more showers, but right now there are no big weather makers that appear to be on the horizon that would bring in a significant rainmaker here to North Alabama. So expect to kind of maintain the status quo in terms of rainfall and also in terms of the temperature as well. This is your temperature outlook, which will take us through next week, and the trend appears to be one that will keep us warmer than average for this time of year. We're quiet out there right now on 31 Triple Doppler. Those very, very limited showers that I was tracking for you at 5 and 6, they're gone. They went away with the loss of daytime heating. We might see a couple sneak back in as we warm up again tomorrow. Rest of tonight, though, nothing on future radar with mostly clear conditions, maybe a little bit of cloud cover here closer to the Georgia border in the northeast corner of the state. Lunchtime tomorrow, though, should feature a good bit of sunshine and just a few puffy clouds tomorrow afternoon. Now, the latest with future radar, not really generating a whole lot in the way of rainfall. You do see some across East Tennessee, North Georgia, so not out of the question. If you're here Jackson, DeKalb County, maybe over into Marshall County, we might sneak in an isolated shower before the day is out tomorrow. We head into your Wednesday, some cloud cover to start. Future radar showing maybe a sprinkle out there. But once again, Wednesday afternoon, rain limited. Won't rule out something isolated that develops, but does not look like it would be anything more than that. Let's get you updated on the tropics right now. We still have Hurricane Umberto, but this is a shadow of what it was over the weekend when it did reach Category 5 status. Still a major hurricane, but with the new update that came out at 10 from the Hurricane Center, winds are down significantly. This, though, still a Category 3 storm, but it does remain over the western Atlantic. The track on it kind of makes a loop around the island of Bermuda right here, maintains itself as a hurricane through midweek, and then will undergo what we call a transition to a non-tropical low-pressure system there in the North Atlantic. Still no threat out of that directly to the U.S., although it will generate some big waves that will impact the coastline for the next several days. Imelda is a little bit closer in. You see where it is relative to the Florida Peninsula, but that is as close as it's going to get. 65-mile-per-hour winds still keeping it as a tropical storm, but the updated forecast from the Hurricane Center still says this may reach hurricane strength by tomorrow evening. Likely staying that way. Could be a threat to Bermuda. The track takes it very close to that island, and then like Umberto, it will eventually lose its tropical characteristics there in the North Atlantic. Again, we are missing out, and we are not complaining on another tropical system that will not make landfall in the U.S. For us overnight tonight, we cool back, low 60s. Enjoy that in the morning. Already 75 at 10 in the morning, 81 at the lunch hour. And like today, we will be back middle to upper 80s for your highs, so a little bit on the warm side to close out September. Your Way 31 Storm Tracker 10-day looking like this. Again, we bring the temperatures back down a little bit for the end of the week. That drier air also allows us to get a little cooler at night. So by Thursday night and again Friday night, likely dipping into the 50s for those low temperatures. Keeping it, though, mostly in the 80s heading into next week, and maybe some more isolated wet weather coming back in, although on any given day, that chance for rain only sitting at around 10 to 20%.
Well, I mean, it's certainly a beautiful forecast.
It is, yeah. Weekend, I think, right now will turn out fairly nice, so make your plans accordingly.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. Well, it's time to stomp out hunger. Up next, the partnership that's feeding the needs for people who really appreciate the help here in North Alabama.